Global Winnipeg. The Evening News with Peter Chura and Eva Kovac.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. 4 days remain to the Blue Bombers Grey Cup showdown with the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
And the stakes are getting higher for the province's political leaders.
Go Bombers, go! Go Bisons!
Premier Gary Doer took time out from a visit to the new Manitoba Hydro Building construction project to announce his bet with his counterpart in Saskatchewan. The premier of the province of the losing team will have to stand at the Manitoba-Saskatchewan border in the winning team's jersey and unveil a sign saying, "Welcome to the home of the 2007 Grey Cup champs." Saskatchewan's newly sworn-in premier is also predicting victory.
Imagine for the Labor Day weekend as all those Bomber fans come over the border and see and are welcomed to Saskatchewan by the sign that reminds them of the result of the Grey Cup.
We are going to make sure there's enough room for welcome to Manitoba, the home of the Grey Cup champion 2007, so that we can add 2008, 2009, and 2010.
Saskatchewan's premier says he will cheer for the Manitoba Bisons, who are also in Toronto this week competing for the Vanier Cup.
Global's Joe Pascucci is in Toronto following the Bisons and the Bombers as they prepare for their big games.
And Joe had an exclusive behind-the-scenes look as the Bombers arrived in Toronto last night.
Well, Eva, Peter, you can tell by the picture behind me that the weather in Toronto isn't very good right now. Lots of rain. In fact, they're calling for lots of snow before the big game on Sunday. Now, the Blue Bombers practiced today. They arrived last night, and they're all business. Let me tell you, they're very serious about Sunday's game. But, of course, last night, there was also some time for fun.
We're talking to Charles Roberts.
Right now we got to Toronto and feel like stars, man.
Matt, business or pleasure trip?
Business. All business. Pleasure comes after the clock ticks 0 on Sunday.
You know, all we got is business ahead of us. Guys should enjoy themselves in a limited and constrained setting.
What do you think about the fact that you guys are 11.5-point underdogs right now?
Why not just make it 12 or 13? It doesn't matter. I mean, like I said it last week, it's not a debate of who's going to be the better team come Sunday. It's just who's going to win. I believe we're going to win.
We can't worry about what the odds makers, what the people in Vegas are saying. Shucks, the team in Vegas folded years ago, so we know they don't know anything about the CFL.
Ryan, are you prepared yourself, I know for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, but you prepared yourself for the media horde that's about to descend on you?
I guess so. You know, I just can't get caught up into it. Just focus on this game, and it's going to come along with it. I just got to, you know, make some time for football with all the interviews and those things. I got to make time for football. That's all.
Derek, whose locker are you looking to take over for this week?
I want Damon Adams' locker because he's a great player, and this is a great situation for us and myself, and to sit in his locker will be just a great blessing for me.
Look at me and tell me I don't look nice. No, get the whole last sample. Just look at it and tell me I don't look nice.
I like the white shoes. I like the white shoes. I didn't think I got nothing to wear it with right now. I'd have wore some white shoes today, too. Why not?
You know what I'm saying? That's because I'm going to tap all over them Saskatchewans. You know what I mean? Yeah.
A lot of great stories heading into Grey Cup Sunday. One of them, of course, is Bomber quarterback Ryan Dinwiddie. He met the media today. We'll have that story coming up in sports.
All right. Thanks, Joe. See you later.
Welcome back to Toronto, where the Blue Bombers took to the practice field at Rogers Centre for the first time ahead of Sunday's Grey Cup game against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Of course, the Blue Bombers will not have Kevin Glenn, their MVP, at the helm on Sunday. It'll be Ryan Dinwiddie making his first ever CFL start.
My kindergarten teacher, when I was younger, that I wanted to be a professional football player, and she was real down on that and said, no, no, no. I said, why not?
Even as a young boy, Ryan Dinwiddie didn't lack any confidence. Now, the last time Dinwiddie was any team starting quarterback was over 2 years ago with the Hamburg Sea Devils of NFL Europe.
You know, I was real down through some of the situations I've been in, never had an opportunity to compete, and just kind of sent out of town and released. And I'm glad I stuck to it, and I think everybody through their career, they have their ups and downs, but you got to push through them, and that's what good players do.
And this guy is as detailed and studious as anybody that you would ever dream to have as your quarterback. And I think that is going to be the biggest factor in whether or not he's able to have success is just his knowledge and being able to transform it onto the field.
And he has confidence, and he also has the cockiness, and that's just his demeanor, and that's how he plays, you know. And I always tell him he reminds me of like Brett Favre and Jay Cutler. He's that, you know, doesn't wear any tape on his wrist. He just goes out there and plays.
For certain, the Rough Riders are going to challenge Dinwiddie.
Our team in the past has had a history of not playing well against backup quarterbacks. So we've had some lessons that we can learn from, and we take the challenge very seriously.
Ron, he's a confident, cocky guy. I told him whatever happens, forget what happened on that play. If it's a big touchdown or if it's an interception, leave the pass in the pass because it's not going to help what you need to do on that next play. And I think that's the attitude he's going to carry into this game.
And I'm just going to go out and manage the game and play my game and take what they give me. I'm not going to go out there and force the ball downfield, do those things I don't need to. You know, I got a great defense and great players around me, so get the ball in their hands, let them make the big plays.
One of the media traditions during Grey Cup week is to ask the opposing coaches about their players having sex before the game. Normally they don't get an answer. Today they did.
If it's with themselves. You ask a question, you're going to get that kind of an answer.
Some rare humor from Blue Bomber head coach Doug Barry. Coming up tonight in sports at 10 and 11, of course, more on the Blue Bombers and more on the 95th Grey Cup. For now, Peter, Eva, that's the story from Toronto.
And of course, Joe will remain in Toronto, and Global's reporter and Bombers superfan Connie Tomoto is also going to be there. She'll be tracking the movements of Bomber fans and Rider fans as both Bomber Nation and Rider Nation arrive in Toronto tomorrow.
Joe, of course, asking the tough questions, the hard-hitting questions.
Nobody asked him that question.
Weather-wise for the next few days?
Yeah, for those of us that aren't in Toronto, it's going to be clear but very cool.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.